Welcome to the demonstration of how tailored support is provided to teachers through classroom observation and customized training. The end to end cycle of a classroom observation begins with a structured observation session where the observer observes the teachers on their teaching practices and student engagement using the Teach tool. Now let's see how the system works in real life settings. Once every 2 months, a certified observer observes a teacher for a 45-minute session. The observation details are documented using the Teach app developed by Leadership for Equity. The Teach app is the digital version of the classroom observation tool created by the World Bank. Only the certified observers are given access to the Teach app. In the app, the observer starts the observation by entering basic details such as grade, subject, number of students present, session time, etc., and then proceeds to score elements and behaviors of the Teach tool based on their observations. After reviewing the scores through the preview option, the observer submits and syncs the observation data. The synced observation data are captured in real time using the Teach dashboard. The observation scores are analyzed at an element and behavior level in an automated manner using the dashboard at a state level. For every Teach behavior, supporting learning materials are created for teachers to refer to. Based on the analysis, the system identifies the area of support for every teacher that is observed. At present, the learning materials are manually triggered and disseminated using the AP Teacher bot. Also, the development is in progress to disseminate the observation report cards to the observed teachers through the AP Teacher bot. Teachers can access the bot by authenticating with their school code followed by the employee code. After successful authentication, teachers are given the option to either access the course materials or view their reports. If a teacher chooses to access the course, the learning materials are displayed based on the selection, followed by a quiz to check for understanding. The learning materials can be accessed multiple times even after the completion of the module. If a teacher chooses to access the reports, the bot will allow the teacher to access the observation report card based on the program and month. In this way, with the help of the bot, the teachers are given unlimited and seamless access to the learning materials and performance analysis through the observation report cards. As on 1st November 2024, there are more than 2.5 lakh observations completed for more than 83,000 unique teachers. These observed teachers are given targeted guidance that addresses their needs, helping them develop specific skills and techniques to enhance their teaching. Ultimately, this benefits students as they experience more engaging and effective lessons, contributing to an improved learning outcome across the state.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Anjali Gopi. I am a data and technology analyst representing Leadership for Equity, which is an NGO working in an education system. To give you more info on how and what we do, let me take you through this deck. So, Leadership for Equity is an NGO based in Pune, working in multiple states with a vision of empowering the public education system. So, our mission is to improve learning and well being of all children at scale by building the system capacity of governments through teachers and academic leaders. So, why we have chosen this path? Because the future of our nation is basically rely on our students, right, our children. So what we have seen or what we have identified, the problem is that the future is of their students is at risk. Now why we say that their future is at risk? Because based on the report that is released by International Labour Organization on India Employment Report, of the educated uh, students below primary education, only 44% tend to engage in casual employment. Whereas, out of all the students together, only 48.7% of educated youth are employable, which means more than half of the youth is unemployable. So why do we say that they are unemployable? Because the skill set that is needed for them to get into a employment, they lack their skills, right? So now let's just step aside from that employability skill part. Let's just look into what is the fundamental thing that we need to look into. So if you think about the primary education, which is a major foundation of every skill, right? Majority of the youth in India are students who rely on government schooling for their primary education. Let's say 170 million students out of 265 million are school going children in India which rely on government school. If we just look into the primary needs which make them employable, let's say their linguistic skill, their mathematics skill, which is way lacking, because only 21.6 percentage of grade 5 students are able to do basic division, which is way more concerning. And only 57.3% of teenage students are able to read English, which makes their linguistic skill very poor and make them leading to like less unemployable situations. So the root cause that we have identified is that ineffective public education system. Right. Now, what we are working towards is to make the future ready systems for our future ready children. Now, how do we do that? Like, how do we focus on? Like, what do we focus on? So, what as an LFE is focusing on is to strengthen the foundation learning, which is the foundational literacy and numeracy, and also empower the students and 21st century skills, focusing on the four C's, which is creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and communication, which is effectively uh, like making them to hire like get a high chance of being employed. So now, how do we do that? Like, what is our approach? So we are seeing this problem and like finding out solutions in a three different manner. One, which is the direct, who is the direct people that is working with the students, right? Which is the teachers. So strengthening the teacher education, which is something that we have are focusing on. And then comes to the next stage, enabling the system leadership, which is the middle management. So enabling the system leaders by program design and policy implementation is something that we are focusing on. And finally, enhancing the educational governance, which we are closely working with the government institutions like SCRT, Samudra Shisha, Department of School Education. What we do is that we advocate, we act as a policy advisory, we act as a program management unit, and we give or do periodic database structures. We design and implement. So all these are different kinds of approach that we are following towards building the future readiness students. So our primary focus, or like, let's say, which involve more tech part, is the strengthening teacher education, which is in strengthening the teacher education. What we do is that we empower the government teachers through their competency based learning and relevant and engaging resources. This is what we do, or like where the tech becomes more important or used more frequently. So our programs, we are representing multiple states as of now: Maharashtra, Haryana, Tripura, Nagaland, Andhra Pradesh, and in which Andhra Pradesh we like started our collaboration with Samanmai Foundation in Andhra Pradesh, and then um, later leading for Nagaland also. Now we have submitted proposals for Maharashtra state government to collaborate, but it's an ongoing process. We are waiting responses. So let's get into the digitization part, or how we have collaborated with the Samanvay Foundation. So basically, the three part that I mentioned, which is strengthening the teacher education, enabling the system leadership, and enhancing the education governance. Our primary focus on tech is in this part, which is strengthening the teacher education. So for the teacher education, what we have identified is that one, we can provide support to the teachers in two parts. One, the subject-based support, providing subject-based or courses, or providing resources which they need, uh, which may act as a reference materials when they teach the student. And second is a pedagogical support. Basically, how to effectively they make utilize of the learning time. How do they interact with students? How do they support the students? So, all different kinds of pedagogical support. So, for to understand the teaching learning behavior or teaching practices, or how do the teachers interact with students, so we need to understand the teaching trends first, right? To to define any kind of solution, or to formulate any kind of support structure. So how do we analyze the teacher performance? So in order to understand how the teacher uh, is like what actually goes into the what actually like does in the classroom, we kind of adopted the teach tool. So teach tool is nothing but a classroom observation tool, which is uh, formulated by the World Bank. So right now the teach tool is being implemented in Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra. Nagaland is almost like it's over already in Nagaland. It was just a small pilot study. So, to give you a bit of understanding for the Teach tool implementation, we are partnering with the state government directly. The objective is to understand uh, the teaching performance, institutionalize a classroom observation tool so that the pedagogical support will be based on the data driven implementation, and also building the capacity of selected cadre of observers to academically support the teachers. So this is the base objective. So now directly get into the teach tool. So basically, teach tool is something. The framework of teach tool is this. Basically, there are two main aspect. One, the time on task, which gives an understanding of the time on learning, like how effectively the teacher utilizes the time in the classroom. And second, quality of teaching practices. Basically, in this three different areas of classroom culture, instruction, and social emotional skills, how the teacher is supporting the students. So basically, these nine uh, subsections that you see, we call them as elements. And then under all these elements, there are like small parts that we have identified, which we call as a behavior. Just to give an example, let's say supporting learning environment. So the behaviors under them are like, is the teacher treating the students respectfully? Does the teacher use positive language with the students? Is the teacher responding to the students' need? Does the teacher exhibit any kind of bias, say gender bias or disability bias, or any kind of stereotypes in the classroom? So basically, there are different kinds of behaviors that comes under relevance. So this is a framework of the teach tool. What we did in collaboration with Samanvay Foundation is that this form, basically, this is a questionnaire form, right? So this form, we kind of digitized it. So digitized it in the sense, basically, you can see it's a like for ease of understanding, you can see it's a survey form. So this particular questionnaire, this particular form, we converted into app. So this is how the app looks like. Like more or less, it is similar to the UI of rest of the NGOs who uses the Avani app actually. So what does the app does is that basically there are two types of there is one cadre that we have included, like uh, not included, introduced in the state, which is called observers. So observers are the primary users of the app. Observers are nothing but the headmasters or senior teachers in the school who are assigned with the respective teachers in that particular school. So what they does is that recording. What they does is that sorry, what they does is that they goes into the school. They goes into the school and observe the teachers based on the certain set of behaviors and elements that I just showed on that teach tool. So basically, these are some snapshot of the app that I have included for you to understand how the app behaves. So based on the questions, there are two types of scoring that happens. For behaviors, they mark low, medium, high. Like if the teachers are performing very low on that particular behavior, they mark low or medium or high. So based on this elements question, let's say 0. 0.1, 0. 0.2, and 0.3, the overall score will be marked on a scale from 1 to 5. This is how we score. So, to make this process, a whole process, a lot more easier, an additional feature requirement that we asked Samanvai Foundation is to include a documentation section, which you see as a fourth snapshot, a fourth image this one. So basically, there are 28 to 30 different questions, right? And for this 20 to 30 different questions, there are low, medium, high. So that means 30 into 3, there are 90 combinations. So for the 90, so for an observer, for a user to remember this 90 combinations by heart, it's kind of difficult. So what we included as a new feature is a documentation section, where as in see there's supposed to be a question mark here. There will be a question mark here. So if they like click on that hint button, this fourth screenshot will come in. Basically, that is explaining low, medium, high. So, what is the explanation for low? That means when the teacher is supposed to be scored as a low in for a particular behavior. So this documentation, it's there in the native language, which is Telugu in Andhra, and also if you scroll down, you can like see it in English too. So both English, it's a bilingual documentation. This is one feature we additionally requested, and it is working wonders actually. And yeah, so basically you fill in these answers, then you do the preview and submit, and then the observer get to see the average improve performance score of the teachers that they observed. So basically what does is that uh, this scorecard kind of enable the observer to support the teacher while having a mentoring feedback conversation. So in this mentoring feedback conversation, these scores are more used for a supportive manner and not as a punitive measures. So basically what happens is that during a one-on-one feedback conversation, the observer will say, like, see, these are things that I noticed while you were teaching. These area, maybe like instruction area, was your um, strength that I have noticed. I have seen you challenging the stereotypes based on gender biases in the community, and I see it's a good way for improving our students' thought process. And let's say when the observer found some like some improve like area of improvement when it comes to, say, for example, supporting learning environment in terms of uh, like giving them students respect each other, maybe like if like if he notice some if the observer notice some students bullying each other and the teacher is not like taking that into a serious consideration, let's say maybe the observer is considering that as an area of improvement and conveying that to the teacher, saying maybe this is something that you can work on for the next time. And the observer goes into the classroom, do the observation next time, maybe like after 2 months. And then when the classroom after the classroom observation, when this feedback conversation happens, The observer talks about the relative change, like what was happened in the previous observation and what has improved or being constant here. So this is how the mentoring feedback conversation help. And not just that, there is different kinds of support that we given. So this is how we monitor the observation and analyze the data. So we analyze the teaching trends at the state level, district level, mandal level, and also the let's say cluster level also. So based on these general teaching trends, LFE is creating like learning materials for each behaviors, and for all these behaviors, whatever the learning materials was created, we are disseminating through a chatbot. So basically, there are two types of support that we are giving the teacher to improve their pedagogical skills. Basically, one through the one-on-one feedback mentoring conversations that happen immediately after the classroom observation, and two, through these resource materials which they can like learn in a self-paced mode, which they are getting through a chatbot. So basically, how this is the classroom observation happen.